All right, December 22nd, Monday, the week of Christmas. So PA is gonna be choppy, and you're not really gonna have much movements besides 9:30 or New York AM. Coming into the day, what did Friday do? Okay, Friday. Continuing off the pump. All right, 9:30 opened up. We just blasted up, took out our DOL. It became high of the week. Low of the week was created from what an SMC price been trading away. So from there, we're just bullish for the rest of the week until we meet our DOL, which is right here. Boom, boom, right here. These are DOLs for the week. Price took it out on Friday, and Asia opened. We spawned into this and we took it out. So your next DOLs are up here, preferably this high. All right, you're referring to this CB right here and see how prices reacted from it. All right, are we respecting it and reversing, or are we just gonna trade into it and continue higher? So throughout Asia, all right, Asia opened whatever. Obviously you have the new week opening gap, which was your DOL. All right, Asia open, nothing really happened. You did have a small bullish SMC, and that was just continuing price over and over all night. All right, so Asia lows is our DOL if we're looking for shorts. If we're looking for longs, it's gonna be up here. These are DOLs. All right, so DOL. Every time you see a new week opening gap that has not been filled or been touched, that will be your immediate DOL. All right. From there, we continue. We chop up, chop up, chop up, chop up. London does nothing. Pre-New York does nothing. All right, and then around 9:30 we start going higher and higher and higher, but price hasn't done anything, any clear manipulation to make us want to go higher. We still have accumulation below us. This is random low, random low, random low. Price has just been trading away, but overall it's just bear chop, bear, 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 slow price action. Nothing clean, nothing clear. That's telling you this is gonna hold. All right, so 9:30 opens up immediately. What do you see price do? Respect the city. We never really closed above it. We never really got this high. So it's still valid. Until you see price displace past these highs right here, the CB is still holding and it's still valid. Alright. From there, go on the 1 minute, boom. Look at 9:30. What does 9:30 do? We see a move down. But this move down did literally nothing. It did niche. Like if you see on ES, maybe it dug a little deeper, but besides that, nothing really. We're still inside of accumulation. Price is still. It doesn't make sense for price to go any higher. Maybe over here, you could have longed 9:30 if you were fast enough. We see respect internally manipulating back up to this high. That was the only valid long that I seen. New York AM, and besides here, but this was the first trade you could have taken. You see 9:30 turtle minute over here, but too early, too risky. So what you're trying to see is what price is doing next. Are we displacing higher? Are we continuing higher? Rebalancing, let's say, inside of this busy that we leave behind? And are we continuing, or are we just expecting it to continue lower? All right, so what do you see price do? Displace past this high. All right, but immediately reject. 932 price immediately flips the candle. And from there, wait, hold on. From there, you're just expecting shorts. Why? Because we failed to displace any higher. All right. This BISI got completely inversed. If there was even any chance of this BISI forming, immediately got inversed and it got taken out. All right. And obviously, we still haven't filled the new week opening gap. So right here. So this is all accumulation. So you're looking for price to at least manipulate anywhere around here, right? Preferably new week opening gap. Fill it in some way. Maybe CE of it, or entirely then continue longs. But after you see 933 open, immediate displacement lower. All right, you have the city to refer to if you're looking for shorts. All right, obviously didn't give us any clean shorts. Why? Because it's Christmas week, low probable PA. You're not gonna have the cleanest moves ever. All right, so
Yo, Adam.
yeah,
So, wait, can you go back to the chart? It's the loud. So, you see how,
yeah,
like you said, we failed to go higher after the, I guess, tiny internal manipulation,
yeah,
and then we have no manipulation to go lower. But like, since we failed to go higher on that way up, and that candle completely engulfed it
yeah,
on the second candle, I think it's 33.
yeah,
Yeah, that one. I wanted to short, like, were shorts valid on that candle since
Yeah,
we were failing and
yeah,
none of the. Okay.
completely valid. Because look, we displaced past this low, the 930 low. All right, you don't really have any manipulation that will make you want to continue going higher and higher and higher, right? If anything,
Yeah.
this is the manipulation. Price going higher, sweeping out any liquidity on the top of these candles. You can look at it as like a turtle soup on the 15-minute or 5-minute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you technically
Oh,
this is
okay.
the order block where you could short from. You know what I'm saying? So which
Okay,
gave you
got you.
nice clean
Appreciate it.
shorts. Yeah, pretty much. So shorts 933 were valid if you were able to take them. If not, it's fine. You had another opportunity to take. All right, let me make sure everything's good. Yep, yep, yep. All right. From there, let's say you missed shorts at 933 or they were too early, you were locked out. Okay. The next thing you were referring to is the CB. Price is respecting it. See how this candle closed. All right. The second you see this candle close, you're entering shorts. Let's say you entered here. So I know some of you guys entered here. Some guy entered all the way at the bottom of this candle. Unfortunate for him. But let's say
Yeah,
you
who
caught
was
it
that guy?
anyway. Sucks to be him. Anyways, your stop loss would be right here. All right, this is where you would have your stop loss. Okay, because this was the last rebalance and we're trading away from it. DOL. All right. Obviously, Asia lows. You want to see Asia lows or like new week opening gap get filled, but nearest DOL you had was these lows right here. Okay, but seeing how price was reacting from here, you see a bunch of wicks closing, not very strong displacement like lower, because this would be a clean rebalance candle to take. Because we've seen many of these happen where price would barely tap into the CB and just start displacing away from it. But it's a Monday, low probable day, low probable week, barely any news, so price is gonna be shitty. All right, you entered here, okay, stop loss here, perfect, everything was good. This is where you would have to react and see what price is doing. Okay, immediately, let's say you're still in the trade. Okay, you're seeing displacement towards your DOL. Let's say this was your DOL. All right, what is price doing? Okay, we're wicking a lot. We're wicking a lot. We're wicking a lot. Okay, you can see this as internal manipulation. All right, you're coping, but it's still closing a lot of wicks. No proper displacement, no proper candle closure. Nothing is making sense. All right, then you have this move right here. The second you see this candle close, and it looks like a turtle soup, and following that candle you see a strong bullish candle like a body closure like this. Immediately close your trade. It doesn't matter if you're like $100 loss, 200, whatever. It's better to be safe than sorry. Because literally what price did here, since it was wicking a lot, we still haven't rebalanced deep. Okay, you had this rebalance, but no proper reaction from it. And look, we're still inside of more accumulation. Price is going to gather fuel again to sell off, then start reversing. All right, so you have your internal manipulation. Okay, clean. Turtle soup. I think we also had SMT as well. Let me check. Yeah, we also had SMT as well. These lows here, even this low as well. Let's see. Oh. So you had SMT, turtle soup. All right. Clean order block to take right here. Boom. Price is trading away from it, respecting it. Second, you see this displacement candle taking out this wick, entire body closure. You waited for it to fully close. Good, perfect. Let's say you entered here. All right, TPing. Where should you TP? Obviously, your SL would be at the bottom right here because this was the last rebalance before the displacement. All right. First TP you're gonna look to take is obviously the bottom of the CB. All right, because you don't know how price is gonna react once we tap into the CB. Price could literally tap into it, manipulate this, and then dump, sell off. Price could literally dig deep inside of the CE, manipulate it, sell off. Price could literally close here, manipulate it, and sell off. So especially on a Monday, it's better to be safe than sorry. So you had 3 TPs you could add. You could literally just put your TPs at the bottom of the CB, CE of the CB, and if you were still trying to target the top of it or anywhere up here, all right. The second you see this candle close and you're having some rejection, you're closing it anywhere in this range, all right, which would have still been at the CE. So the best TP target would have literally just been at the CE of the CB. I know some of you guys took this, targeted it, perfect. That was the second trade you could have taken. Besides the short, which would have failed, these longs would have banged 100%. TPing at the bottom, CE of the CB, perfect. All right. After that, let's see. Yeah. From there, it was really just clean. Prices are respecting the CB still. We're not looking any bullish. If we're looking for bullish buys or continuation higher, this here right here would not have failed. This would have held right here. So you see how price literally tapped into it. All right, clean. We're inside of a BISI. Okay. I want to see continuation higher. If I want to see continuation higher, I want to see displacement past this high right here, out of the SIBI, and then price rebalancing one more time before I'm catching the displacement again, then targeting these highs. But since we didn't see that, we didn't see any displacement higher up here, and it's just wicks. You know what I'm saying? Price is still up here. Look at ES. ES is legit rejecting off this entire order block right here. So if that doesn't tell you that price is going to reverse and is going to look to go lower, 2-year DOL, new week opening gap, or even Asia lows, whatever, I don't know what else would have told you. You know what I'm saying? This was the clearest sign that price is not going to look to continue, especially near 930 highs. So after this, you could have taken shorts at, let's say you waited for BISI disrespect, which would have been good. All right. If you waited for a rebalance, you see this candle didn't really do much. You know, you had a somewhat of a rebalance, but it still didn't close like you wanted it to. Let's say you entered here, boom. A sell, you could have had it here. Maybe CE of the SIBI as well. These candles are not moving, by the way. So this is where you could size up, let's say a mini, 8 micros. If you guys have been sizing up less, this would be a good PA to size up to 1 mini at least. You know what I'm saying? TPs, you had internal lows. You had this internal low. You had this internal low, this wick right here. Low probability PA, choppy price action and everything. You're gonna look to target internals. It doesn't matter if it's 20 points, 50 points, 18 points, whatever. You're trying to be in and out fast, because the longer you're in the trade, like for example these shorts right here, price is gonna look to slow down and just take you out and fuck you. Pause. Oh yeah, as well, I know one of you guys took the shorts here, really clean and valid after this manipulation. You took the displacement after this candle closure, targeted these internal lows. This was another valid short to take. Quick and easy targeting this internal because price was looking to manipulate because we slowed down. Other than that, this was another short you could have taken. Let's say your SL was here, targeting the bottom of this BISI. That rebalanced into the order block. This would have been valid as well to take. And that's pretty much it. Honestly, man. Today was
I have
really slow. Yeah, go ahead.
question. I had the wait. Can you put the chart?
Yeah.
I had the same thought process with the shorts.
Yeah.
The the second ones.
These ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the exact same thought process, like
Mhm.
exactly the same. But I was looking at the weekly opening gap,
Mhm.
and it really looked like we want to run.
Yeah.
Like get a run through.
Yeah.
But I want to take it, but here's the thing: I was gonna break my rules because it's not the time that I'm supposed to trade.
Mhm.
So I really I didn't get FOMO, but I just I didn't really care. But I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure, like, because I saw people taking it, and
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, if it's okay to break my rules if I know something's gonna hit, or what should I do? Because
Alright.
to be
I'd
honest,
say
I'm
if you were really confident in a draw and in a trade, okay, and you still want to
Yeah.
take it, but you don't want to break your rules, you can de-risk. All right, go half of what you usually trade with. Okay, you can paper trade it. You could still take it, but when you do take it and you see prices displacing away from your entry, you can go BE, slap on BE, bro, and still hold that trade. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to see that new week opening gap get filled or at least touched, enter shorts, hold the bitches. Once you see price displace away from your entry, go BE, and then forget about it. You know, so even if you do take a loss, you're BE'd, all right, and you're safe. You know, you have nothing to worry about.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, I don't really like targeting that much. I would have just targeted that first low that we had there.
This internal right,
But I was
right
just
here.
yeah,
Yeah, that would
yeah,
have been valid
because
as well.
when like I opened the charts, that's the first thing I noticed. We didn't want to displace higher,
Yeah.
and I noticed that was the drawn liquidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I noticed those lows, and then I noticed 930 hits.
Yep.
We take out one, and then we rebalance higher, and
Yep.
then I looked that we're gonna displace lower,
Mhm.
and I just looked at those other three lows that we had there.
Yeah, these right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
those three.
Yep.
And then we tapped into it, and then I didn't take any trades, mind you, on the
Mhm.
first and second,
Yep.
I waited for 1040
Yep.
because that yeah, that right
Yeah,
there,
1040
right
right
there,
here. Yeah.
exact same trade. Yeah, I took the exact same trade because I noticed that okay, we already ran through that weekly opening gap,
Yep.
so I don't really see seeking like bearish
Shorts. Yep.
price.
Any
Yeah,
lower. Yeah.
shorts. Yeah, and then so I just yeah and like order block disrespect,
Yep.
and we just started displacing higher like really quick, and I just slapped it.
Okay. 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 We'll get into 1040, but yeah, your shorts, bro. If you're really confident in DOL, take the trade, target it, but make sure you go BE whenever you see price displace away. So even if anything goes wrong, you're not risking any money on the line, none of that. So you're chilling. And bro, some of these days it will happen where you're so confident in DOL, you see price run to it. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? There will be opportunities when you can target that when you have the money to target it, you know? Until then, bro, you have to be consistent and understand 30 points a day, every day will make you more money than, let's say, one every 20 days where you target a DOL, which was like 90 points. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
3 days of you targeting 30 points is better than you targeting 90 points once every week or two, you know? You're way more consistent targeting these 30 points. You know, you literally get 30 points every day for free, all day, every day, 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just remember that, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Yep, love it. And then from there, let's say you missed out on 945, 940, you didn't really like anything you were seeing. You refer back to 1040, the next macro, which was way cleaner, all right? Obviously, what is price doing? Let me look on the 50-minute, because if you're just looking at it on the 1 minute, you're going to get confused, like, okay, we're going to continue bearish, we're going to keep going lower and lower and lower. This is why you have to look on the 50-minute and 5-minute on the higher time frame. So price is not going to look to trick you very easily, all right? If you look on the 15-minute, you see fat SMT with Asia lows and NQ tapped the new week opening gap. So our DOO has been met. This is a DOO that when price meets it is going to look to reverse, okay? There is no more, it's not necessary for price to go any lower. You know, we already took out a lot of accumulation and we met the DOO. So 2 birds, 1 move, done, all right? Especially at this low, you had turtle soup and SMT. You have 2 forms of manipulation, all right? And from there, it was just free longs to take, all right? Boom, let's say you're referring back to this order block. Let's say you mark it out like this, all right? Price is still respecting the CE of it, and we're trading away. You're waiting for clear candle closure above these highs. Okay, let's say you got this, you waited for it to close above it. Boom, let's say you entered here. Stop loss at this low right here, or even at the manipulation low. Like today, price actually was moving slow, which would have been valid for you to size up more, you know, to compensate for the slowness of price and volatility. Your TPs, I'm gonna be honest, flat 30 points would have been met easy, fast, okay? Let's say you entered a bit late, let's say you were targeting this wick, which would have still been met, but I'm gonna be real, all this accumulation, you would have been in the trade for like 28 minutes, damn near half an hour, you know? You could have targeted this high as well, which would have been valid, but accumulation everywhere, so it's better to be safe than sorry. You also had this BC right here. Let's say you missed the longs. You're waiting for a proper rebalance, which price did give you. Price rebalanced into it cleanly. Then we traded away. We're displacing away. Boom. Displacement, rebalance, and you're catching the displacement here, even though it wasn't really that good. With the narrative, it made sense because why? We're not looking to go any lower. There's legit no point. You know, price already broke out of the range, okay? You're seeing clear displacement higher, okay? Price rebalances inside of the displacement candle that literally just broke us out of this bearish order flow narrative, whatever, right? And it's trading away from it. So what do? Slap on the longs, SL at the rebalance candle, which would have been like 13 points. You would have been chilling anyways, even if you did like a mini, all right? TPs, 30 points, which would have been met as well. Just really slow price action because it's Monday, December PA, and we're getting close to Christmas and New Year's, so you're not really going to see the cleanest volatility. As well, you could have targeted these highs and these highs, but flat 30 points just to be safe, which would have been met still. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be honest. Just New York AM. These were like the best trades you could have taken throughout New York, all right? If you took anything in between and you still hit TP, still valid. Nothing bad to say. let's get to trade breakdowns. Rebalance at 3 minute Sibi. Not really sure why I'm using 3 minute Orbital on me, especially because I knew the Sibi above on the 1 minute was what we truly wanted. Yep. So you notice price soup the low. Entries on what I thought was displacement, but was only there to soup the low again, that run higher. Yep. So that's where you have to react, especially when you're entering at the bottom of the range. It's really, really, really risky, especially when you see price slow down and wick a lot. The next move could be the manipulation. It could manipulate your TP or it could manipulate your SL. Wait for manipulation to happen and enter after the manipulation. Otherwise, your trade is gonna be the manipulation.
I had a
Yeah.
question about the last one.
Yeah.
So I got in like later, so I ain't gonna lie. Like as that candle,
Yeah.
like the bigger candle I entered on was
Yeah.
forming. Like I was literally about to throw an entry on, like
Yeah.
right when we were about to, like right when we open, like 5 seconds in.
Mhm.
But I don't normally like entering on like fresh candles. I usually like waiting at least like 30 seconds in the candle.
Yeah.
But so that's why my entry was like late as hell. Not late, but it was further down than it should have been. One
Yeah.
and two.
Yep.
Right when we took out that, that internal or that low, like you said, I was entering at the bottom of the range. So that was the
Yeah.
first mistake right there. Would you, I mean, obviously it's not, like I said, my entry's fucked, but
Mhm.
would you recommend, like after we soup it and then get that little doji candle up,
Yeah.
start push, like the little slightest push up, would you recommend just like you said earlier, just closing it?
Closing it, because literally it would have been safer. Because if you just literally
Because
closed it,
realistically,
yep, and you waited for, let's say, candle displacement lower, even lower, you will still have a Sibi or something that price will rebalance
Right.
into before going even lower. Either
because
way, you would have
realistically,
been
if
safe.
we're
Yeah.
bearish,
Yeah.
we should displace. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep,
Cool.
yep. But good thought process. Good that you journaled it after you took the trade and you noticed what you could have taken better. Clean. Lost way more than I should have. XFA and deep drawdown now before market open. I was just reviewing all my trades this month, and it's the same thing every week. I'll take a good trade, then just lose it, and missed a lot of trades because I hesitated. So I told myself I'm not gonna hesitate today. Then I took a shitty trade. I know what I did wrong, though today was in a really bad mood because of this trade, but I feel better after journaling, and I just gotta accept it and make sure it doesn't happen again. Okay. Displacement, rebalance, displacement. Thought we had SFT disrespect and order block disrespect, but the candle legit flipped in the last 5 seconds. Yeah, no. Because remember what the internal manipulation does, alright? You have internal manipulation, so price is going to look to rebalance, alright? Even though you might have, like, let's say, order block disrespect here, there is no clear candle body of, like, the order block here. This is what an order block should be, right here. You see how it's nice, girthy, pause, but, like, it has volume inside of it. Because why? Because there's orders inside of it. People are entering and leaving out of it, Right here, this is just pure wicks. Right now, like, you're just trading wicks at this point. You're not really trading any order blocks, any candle formation, You're just praying that price goes lower, maybe doesn't suit this out, whatever. Especially since this was the last rebalance candle right here, not this one, Because this was the last rebalance right here, all right? Remember that. And the SMTs, internal SMTs. You have more accumulation behind it right here. Look at this low.
Hello.
Look at this low, bro. You telling me this low was significant? Look what's behind it. Candles are literally not even forming. That's how shit it was. So if you think this low is gonna give you the reaction that you're looking for, that price is gonna hold, it's not. It's gonna look to trick people to entering, manipulate them, then actually run to where they want a TP. But SO up here, last rebalance, TP internal low. Remember that. Or you could have just waited until this cleared up and you seen proper candle formation out of the range, either below or above, then you would have taken the trade. And bro, if you take a good trade, understand why you took it. You didn't take it because of this shitty trade, you know what I'm saying? You took it because there was proper thought process behind it, proper reasoning, proper everything, like proper displacement, rebalance, displacement, Because this looks like shit. Compare this trade to your other trades that you have won and tell me the difference. Ryan, I read this earlier, but yeah. Trending to the upside very heavily. There really wasn't any strong high time for manipulation to support us continuing to the upside. Yup, correct. There were a bunch of swing points that price can manipulate, so I marked them out. Market open, we started displays to the downside, taking out a bunch of draws. Price then started to slow down. We came back down one more time to internally manipulate. We then had Sibi disrespect with a good amount of displacement. Since we internally manipulated, I knew price was going to seek at least a rebalance into that Sibi we left, correct? So I entered longs targeting a 1-2-1. Yeah. Clean, bro. You've been killing it. Good shit. Yep. Correct thought process and everything. Good. Playmaker. Wait, where did you enter? Did you enter like on this candle or right here?
Alright, so I'm gonna explain to you what happened.
Yeah.
If you go down to shit, can you go on your chart?
Yeah.
On the 1 minute.
Yeah.
All right. So you see that that PXH on the higher time frame basically we displaced. Yeah, that low.
Yeah, this low
The
right
up
here.
up up. No, the one right. Yeah, this one.
This one right here.
Yeah, the market structure shift. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go down on the 1 minute, I saw the displacement.
Okay.
Then I was looking at the BISI, the CB, my
This
bad.
should be right here. Yeah.
Yeah, but as price was coming up, I
Yeah.
see like those. I didn't see those higher highs, higher lows, higher highs
Yeah.
being formed, right?
Yeah.
And I just slapped my entry. Go right a little bit, right when it tapped for value gap down.
This right here. Or this
Yeah,
candle
as soon as I see the candle started displacing below the other candle, I slapped the entry here. But I was like, okay. I put my stop loss all the way above the CB. Yeah, I was like, okay. I could expect some drawdown there,
here?
which I did have a lot of drawdown right there. But as long as my stop loss was safe, I was like, okay, the trade is still valid. But it took me a while to hit the trade because it was actually a 5-minute CB when I
Yeah.
zoomed back out. I just entered too early.
Yeah. So you okay?
But it ended up working out overall.
Okay.
Yeah.
It did work out because narrative was in your favor, but next time I promise you that shit will not work out. Listen, you know why? Because this is an internal draw. All right, internals
Mhm.
is not gonna look to hold. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. These internals like PXH or PXL, that's not gonna look to hold. If anything, you're looking for external highs or lows. Like let's say for example, this high right here. Let me remove all these drawings. Boom, this high. All right. See how we displaced past it and look what price did. We rebalanced inside of it. All right. You have your internal manipulation on the higher time frame. Boom. This is clean PXH right here on the higher time frame. Why? Because this was the external high. This was the drawn liquidity for us. All right. So you're not gonna look for anything internal because look how many internal highs or lows got ran. We rebalanced inside of it, yeah, but they still got ran. Especially this high. Look at this high.
Yeah.
How many times did it get ran right here? Price came back deep inside of it. Literally took it out. Even if you tried to long in here, you would have been taken out. Same thing here. Let's say
Yeah.
price is displacing higher as well. You know, you have PXH. Guess what? Price literally, don't look for internal draws or DOLs as PXH, PXL. Look for external because they have way more power, Price will look to
Yeah.
respect it, especially right here. Same thing here. What do you see? Do you see any internal thing holding? No, you're seeing external. Everything is external. Look, external PXH. Same thing here as well. External,
Yeah.
So for PXH and PXL, you're looking for external DOLs to hold and to mark out. Don't look for internal. All right. And always on the 1 minute, if you think price is displacing away, be more patient. All right. Because you see how this candle closed, this doji candle, some flux is going to happen. If you ever see a candle like this near your entry or when you think you're about to enter, just wait another minute. Okay. Because if you literally just waited, you would see prices still going higher and higher and higher. All right. Until we properly go lower, then you're going to look to short. So after you see prices failing to break out of here, you see it chop around, and this candle open lower like this, starts displacing past this low, then it would have been perfect for you to enter here, stop loss above here, because you're not risking as much, you know what I'm saying? Boom. And your TP would still be at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you're not sitting in drawdown for like the entire trade, okay? And you're risking price to even hit your SL, because I'm not gonna lie, it was like 8 points away from hitting your SL. All right, but if you just
True.
waited for proper confirmation and just being patient overall, you would have had a better entry, better RR, and you wouldn't have risked as much. You know what I'm saying? Because right here, if you're just targeting
Okay.
this low, it would have still been met, and it would have been a nice, 1 to 4, and you would have been risking a lot more than you should have.
Yeah.
But overall, I see your narrative. I see what you're trying to do. It was still good. Good.
Yeah.
Just entries, improve on that.
For sure.
I want to solidify the entries protocols we need to strictly follow. Correct me if I'm wrong. For continuations, yep. Displacement above, PXL. Rebalance, yep. Then displacement, yep, correct. Above the rebound, then displacement. Above the rebalance, like disrespecting respecting PXL, and in some situation the leg will create a SIBI, BC up, which we would then disrespect relative to narrative, yes. Entry after PD area disrespect and displacement aligned with narrative, correct. For reversal, manipulation at time-based DOL, yep. Opposing narrative PD array disrespected, yes, with 50% displacement, yes. Rebalance in respect of newly created PD array, yep, correct. That is aligned with narrative, permissible for scenarios when extra confirmation is valid. Displacement entry after the rebalance respect, yep, correct. Everything is good. Good. Draco, external sweep, turtle soup, correct. This is a valid reversal protocol trade manip at DOL, displacement rebalance in respect of bullish order block, correct. Displacement entry, yup, and you're targeting the C of the order block, perfect. Daily narrative questions. Why are higher time frame DOLs getting met if any? Prominent overnight lows get swept to push price higher. Where are we in price? Since we are at prominent overnight low, overlap with internal manipulation, it would follow reversal protocol, yep. Where does price want to go? Push higher to fill in displacement, SIBI created before macro, correct. Where is price coming from? 930 accumulation, then push lower to overnight lows. Yeah. Everything is good, Draco, good shit. Can't join at work. Chilling bone. At the family function right now. Can't join, and here's my bitch ass trade from this morning. Closed here. TP got edge and we tapped into SIBI. Yeah, this was still a valid trade, good trade overall. Don't geek out, Nduka. It was still a Monday, bro. Literally, price could have started reversing from this candle right here where you closed on. Bro, I'm gonna be honest, you only missed out on like 10 points. 10 points is not gonna make you a millionaire. So, you got it though. Good trade. Forward test, price came down, manipulated DOLs and created an SMT, tap into order block, then displaced, targeting the CE of the fair value gap. Yep. Clean. Everything is good. Good shit, Akeem. Was in shorts and quickly realized I had it twisted, closed and slapped this on. Yep, perfect. You realize that shorts are not valid here. Price is gonna look to manipulate before rebalancing back into this huge SIBI that price left. Alright. And the longs bang targeting C of the fair value gap. Yep, everything is good. Good shit. Good shit. If you took the shorts that I was talking about and you closed them because you didn't want to, take a full SL, still good. J. Lou, again. This was the entire BISI right here. Right, let me show you the fair value gap. Right here. Boom. This was the fair value gap that we're referring to. Alright. Especially after you see this candle. Reverse this candle right here. Like, boom, boom. You see it? We're still inside of this, okay? So price is going to look to manipulate inside again. Alright. Especially since these wicks are still forming. Price is slowly going lower and lower and lower. You're referring back to this BISI. Same thing here. Huge SIBI that was left from displacing lower. Price starts chopping around again. What are we referring to right now? Because this has no proper candle formation, we're referring back to the SIBI. See how price is reacting. Same thing here. Bunch of lows here, I mean highs that are wicking. Okay, you're referring back to this BISI and seeing how price is reacting from it. Once you see price respect it, displace away, then you can enter stop loss at this low and then target whatever highs you're looking to target. No, I don't agree with that. It's never okay to break your rules, even if it's going to hit. I agree as well, but if you have the urge to break your rules, just go paper trade it, just to get that little itch out. Because, we'll be honest, if you don't get that itch out, it's going to stay there, and then one day it'll just fall into it, and then you'll just start over trading. Data trade, size 4 micros, TP 20 points, SL 20 points, entry reason. 930 opens displaces through all the lows generating during the previous session. 940 hits, it took out the weekly gap low. Then I saw that we reacted off of that weekly gap low. Then we started displacing higher than. Okay. TP hit. I found my rules. If no, which one? Emotion before entering patient. Correct. Good. Calm was waiting for a setup to present. Overall, proper execution. Hopefully, watching. Okay. Yep, this is good still. I wouldn't say this is a mistake. This was like good that you were being patient still. Even if you knew 930 was bearish, it's better for you to wait and then take an actual proper entry in macro. I missed 930 shorts that were presented by displacing higher, then rebalancing to the candle, then displacing higher, waiting for a rebalance. It happened if 50% of the missing was expected. Notice it, but didn't enter due to how volatile. Rule was broken. You're good. Yeah, bro, this is a good trade. Don't FOMO into 930 just because you see price move. You know, price will always move. You always have those days. Let's say you even took the longs at 930, you would have been fried. I'm not gonna lie. You see price displace higher past these highs. A lot of people are entering here, longs. That's what's happening to them. Just trying to target the DOL. 30 points away. Why did price not go 30 points? But it just dumped 30 points and it took them out that instantly. So don't template trade. Don't pattern trade. Just be patient. Gotta run. I'll watch recording. See you, AP Love. Didn't take a trade. This is good. Okay, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Right. Just looks nice and perfect, but my losses are just straight bullshit. Yep. Just gotta. Yeah. Correct. Just take more time on your wins. Study your wins more than you study your losses. All right. Try to replicate your wins. Okay. Don't geek out too much about your losses because you will have losses, but if you keep replicating your wins, you're gonna have more wins. Not once in my life have I replicated a loser in trading. If I see somebody losing on TikTok, you think I'm gonna go and copy what they do? No, I'm that. I go look and see what the profitable people are doing, and then I replicate it. I copy them. I try to take the same trades as them. You know what I'm saying? Timmy, plugging your shit. Just type in the code. You have Salmon. You can use Timmy. You can use. There's a bunch. Just type them in and it'll pop up. Manipulation PXL retracement at open. We displaced hard at the open and I expected a new week opening gap rebalance. That's good. I had a bullish narrative initially until the open displaced the way it did. I entered off a rebalance candle that flipped hard and displaced lower, but I wasn't fully aware of the DO. We were so close to it. I did cut my loss after we turtled that low at 681.5, but I should have went BE there since my narrative was initially bullish anyways. Yeah, bro, if your narrative was bullish, don't force the short. You know, wait for nice long buys, you know, nice longs, like which literally we had. If you just waited a couple of minutes, you would have seen nice turtle soup, nice SMT at the lows. So you know, price is gonna look to rebalance at least to this SIPI, because this is all just straight up chop. So you could have literally caught the longs anywhere here, and you would have been chilling and fine. So if you're gonna look to take a trade, take it in line with your narrative, and you should be chilling.
Well, I got a question with that.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
So, I do have a problem with being confident in my narrative because often price will show me that my wrong, so I try to be adaptable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I thought this was definitely the move, especially after how hard we flipped.
Mhm.
But after I saw how we turtle soup that internal low, I cut my loss. But honestly, even right now, I just feel so guilty that I even took this trade in the first place. Seeing how close we were to that drawing liquidity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. Like some days you feel like you're lost taking some like silly trades or even like dumbest trades. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It happens. Not every day you're gonna have the best trade. Not every day you're gonna have like the most perfect picture perfect entries or even like thought process, bro. Even days I'm confused. But what you could do is just show up to group calls and improve on that. You know what I'm saying? So next time, you know, if you're looking for bullish trades, you're gonna wait to try to catch that rebalance, or you're gonna wait and see how we are. Like, how are we reversing, or are we just rebalancing? Because you're gonna have shorts, you're gonna have longs in the macro, all right? And you're not gonna look to just take one trade. You're gonna look to trade. You take the trade that will make you the money. You know. So if you're looking for longs today, just wait for the rebalance. You know, be patient. You see price respected the DOL. We turtle souped it. All right. I would have even been mad at you if you took like the longs here. You know, after you noticed how these shorts are playing out. I was hoping that you
Alright,
did
so
take the
look,
longs. Yeah.
look, honestly, bro, I got locked out in that first trade because I changed my risk settings to the one trade lockout.
That's still
And I
good.
tried to take longs on Alpha
Yeah.
because I won a free Alpha account from Omi early. And I don't know how I won that shit, but I won it.
Yeah.
And I took so long I could be disrespecting the CE of that city up there.
Nah.
And yeah, bro, but I closed that break even because you're not even gonna believe this shit, bro. I accidentally went in short instead of long. So I closed that break even and that shit ended up hitting anyways. But I'm not even mad about that because I believed in that trade. That's that first trade though. As soon as I saw that we took out the drawing liquidity or that sell side level and we
Yeah.
flipped, I knew I wasn't supposed to be in that trade. So I feel more guilty that I didn't see that we were about to hit that sell side level before we did. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I
Bro,
should have seen that
think
before I did the
positive though. You still
shorts.
reacted. You know what I'm saying? People would have still seen it and they would have still coped. They would have been like, nah, we're just gonna go lower. We're just gonna go lower. You know, we internally manipulated here. Why is price not going lower? People will cope a lot, especially when they're in the trades. So for you to react and still close your trade, that's a big thumbs up, bro. Take that as a positive, you know. So you
I
are
feel you,
reacting.
bro, but I
Yeah.
feel you, bro, but it's like I feel like I keep making the same mistakes over and over, bro, and it's so hard not to just get pissed off, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
I feel like I keep making the same mistakes. Like I'm a way better trader than this, but I keep doing the same shit.
bro, I've seen some of your trades. You know, you can bank trades, bro. You just need to take it slow and relax. You know what I'm saying? You just keep stressing about it, thinking about it. It won't do you any good. You know what I'm saying? If you just keep thinking about, damn, I'm gonna take a bad trade. I'm gonna take a bad trade. Of course, you're gonna take a bad trade, bro. You know, your thought process should be, I'm gonna show up to the market every day and I'm gonna take the best trade I could fucking take. You know what I'm saying? So, don't let these shitty trades, you know, trip you out. Cause I know you've taken better trades. I know you got in payouts. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing. It's just like small pebbles in your road. You know, you can literally just kick them to the side and then just keep it pushing. So, especially nearing December, Christmas is literally 3 days away. So, price is not gonna be the cleanest. Price is not gonna be the best looking. Obviously, we've seen these candles before, and we see price continue to our DOLs and just start pushing down hard. You know what I'm saying? This would have worked in better probable conditions, but since it's low probable, you're not gonna always have the best trade, or you're not always gonna have the cleanest moves. But you still reacted, you still closed your trade at BE, and that's still a plus, bro. So just take that as a positive and just improve from there.
You think my problem is just thinking too negative?
Bro, legit, stop thinking too negative. Like, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's just trading. You know, you will always have another account. You will always have another chance to trade. The markets will literally be here. You know what I'm saying? Next year, they're gonna be here 25/8. They're gonna be here 24/7, bro. So you're good. Trust me, bro. You will have days like these. You will have even weeks, you know, where you're straight geeking out about your trades, about your journey. Like, is this really meant for you? But I promise you, persevere. Everybody went through this. You know, Simon went through it. I went through it. Everybody went through this shit. The only reason they're seeing success is because they didn't give up. They didn't give up at this. They just kept it pushing. War, same thing, bro. You're not seeing any displacement past the CE. Price is rebalancing. Cool. Are you seeing any displacement higher? You know, you see price slow down, chop down, even go lower in your drawdown. This would have been a clear sign to close that BE or even at a minor loss. You know what I'm saying? Too late for the longs and too early for the shorts if you were even to take in shorts up there. I knew what my narrative was, saw an open gap, and then took that long. I normally don't trade on phone at all. Okay.
Scroll lower.
Right here? Yeah. Context
right
of this, I noticed we had an opening gap on the 15-minute and a 15-minute SIBI and a 1-minute SIBI. There was no trade overall that I liked as I did. Not want to long the SIBI. Instead, I wanted to take the rebalance displacement entry off of it. Lower towards the opening gap. However, I saw we were at 50 and we had displaced and closed above it. So I think this was just formal today since I changed up my approach and bias midway. When I took the long, I think I wasn't patient enough to wait for the rebalance. Correct. If you were looking for longs, you wanted to refer back to the BISI right here. That displaced us past, let's say, like the CE. Oh. So yeah, we had nice displacement towards the CE, but after that, price just started slowing down. You know what I'm saying? After rebalancing here, I want to see what price is doing. Is price going to continue higher past this high? Or are we just going to continue lower, displacing past these lows? Then I'm going to look for shorts. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think this week a little break from live market's better because it's Christmas week, and I think forward test is a good choice. Yeah, bro. Don't be afraid to take a break to relax. Not every day you have to show up and trade, especially this week. I would even be mad. Sam wouldn't even be mad as well if you just literally took the entire week off, following next year as well. Just enjoy break, enjoy life. You know, go enjoy family time. You know what I'm saying? Remember who you're doing this for, and that will give you the recharge you're looking for, the energy, the stress relaxing, you know, the stress relief, whatever you're looking for. That will give you in a better mindset and mood to trade even better. So remember that. Don't try to force any trades this week, okay? If you don't see anything you like, you don't see anything that's moving, hop off the charts. Win or loss, you're getting closer and closer towards your goal. Showing up and taking action every day is important. Yep, correct. Yeah, bro, you will have a lot of losses trading, bro. You will never have a lot of green days. You will have more losses than green, especially starting out or even on your way to profitability. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, this is insane. Bro, Brandon, try this, alright? Because right now you're doing everything you can. You're doing a lot. You know, you have a lot of stuff on your plate. You know what I'm saying? Especially from journaling this much. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't even have done this. Alright? What you need to do is do less. Less is more for you right now. Alright? Relax a bit. Okay? Do the daily things, the daily habits you're doing still. You know, you're back testing maybe an hour, 30 minutes. Okay? Trading, journaling, showing up to group calls. Alright? Do that and see how you feel, okay? Stop trying to overboard it, because if you keep overboarding it, your mind is going to be fried. You're just going to be geeking, you know? All you have in your mind is thinking like, damn, am I doing enough? What more do I have to do? Because right now, you're just chasing quality. You're not chasing quantity, you know? You already put in all the hours for studying the macro. You already have all your data. You have everything you need, okay, to be successful. All you have to do, show up every day, take a trade, and learn from that trade. That's legit it, okay? And you keep it pushing daily, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out.
So, watching other psychological videos, and I seen a video about AG trades. You know what that is?
AB trades. Wait, speak up a little bit because your mic is kind of far, I think. Yeah, I'll be at full volume.
Hold on.
Alright, take your time.
Yo,
Yup.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. So, I said I'd be watching hella psychological videos,
Yeah.
and I seen a video by AG Trades. You know who that is?
Yeah.
AG. So basically, he got a video talking about patience, because I think FOMO is my biggest problem right now.
Yeah.
And he said for your next 10 trades, take your execution generally and don't do anything related to trading at all, because you kind of you're placing it on a pedestal. You're putting it too much into your life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was gonna try that, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not putting in enough work. Like I feel like I'm not doing enough yet.
Nah, bro, you're not the only one. A lot
So
of other people have the same issue as well, thinking they're not doing enough or they should be doing way more, when in reality, they're doing just fine. If not, they should be doing a little bit less and just taking off that weight, that extra weight on their shoulder. And some of your trades,
what
you have FOMO, yeah, but you have it at the worst times. Like I don't know how. Like how do I describe this? Like you're trying to be patient, but you're trying to be too patient. You know what I'm saying? The setup is already way past you. You know, traders running away from you. You know what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. For you to be patient, all right? I'll show you. I'll show you the difference between patient and impatient right here. This is where you would want to be patient. This is where you want to see what candles are doing. What is price doing? All right. This is where you want to take the entry and just take it. You know what I'm saying? Jump for it. Just take it right here because you see nice displacement, nice bullish reaction. Okay. This is a go-to to take. You know what I'm saying? This is where you should jump the gun. This is where you should have FOMO, quote unquote FOMO. This is where you should not have FOMO. This is where you should wait and see how price is moving. You get what I'm saying? It's all about narrative,
yeah.
and it ties also back to technicals. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how price is moving. That's where you want to tie back to your psychology and be like, all right, let me wait a bit until we get more clean candles that are forming. Then I could jump the gun. Then I could look to take a trade. All right. So remember that.
This is recorded, right?
Yeah, everything's recorded.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. I also struggle with that when I'm not working. I feel unprotected. Where like I can be doing more, and you just have to realize it's different with this trading shit. Yeah. Yep. Especially in trading, when they give you holiday breaks like Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever, Halloween, whatever. Look for those days to take a break from trading. Look to relax. Take your mind off trading before you come back the next day and lock in fully. Because think about it, 5 days a week, all around the clock, you're locked in, you're focused. Your mind is going to be tired. You're using your brain at 100% capacity 24/7. It's not going to be 100% capacity, bro. That's why you have to split up your brain capacity, and your focus throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm 100% focused and locked in when I'm trading. All right? And then from there, I shut off my brain. I'm on autopilot. I go do whatever. I feel you, bro. I was like that too. And I realized I just have to take it slow. Breathe. Literally breathe. Simon talks about breathing all the time. You have to take a deep breath before you get on the charts and when you get off. Exhale. Because you don't know how many times I caught myself without even noticing. I'm holding my breath, or like I'm literally not even breathing properly.
Yo, Adam, I got a
Yo,
question for you.
yo.
I find myself like when I make some profit, I've been through that a lot
Hmm.
recently. When I go into the next day, or right when that trade is closed, I'm like, what if I lose the profit? And then I
Yeah,
go probably into the next day with that same mindset, and then I ended up losing, right?
yeah,
That profit. So I know that that mindset made me lose that profit. Did you already go through that phase at some point?
yeah. I would always think, if I'm like away from the charts or away from trading, I would always have the thoughts like, damn, what if I lose tomorrow? Or what if my win streak would like end tomorrow? You know, because I used to go on crazy win streaks like 18 days, I wouldn't lose whatever. So it would really get to me. It would eat at me every day. And you lose. You know, some days you will lose. You know, you will lose profit, you will lose everything. But guess what? You show up every morning. Every time I hopped on the charts, I would be confident as fuck that I'm gonna win. You know what I'm saying? If you're not confident you're gonna win, you're gonna lose. It's okay for you to be not confident away from the charts. Like let's say if you're in the shower or you're just doing your day-to-day life, you know? But once you're on the charts at 9:40, you gotta be the most confident person you know.
Lock in.
Legit locking in, bro.
Yeah. All right, bet. Thank you.
Yeah, bro. Love. Yeah. I promise you, all these traders you see on TikTok, all these mentors, they barely trade. You know what I'm saying? They might take a trade 1 to 2 out of the week, but they're making a lot of money from it because they know less is more. You know what I'm saying? The rest of their day, they're either helping their students, teaching people, or they're just doing their day-to-day life to relax away from trading because they spent years, bro, trying to master this, trying to work on it. All right? And right now, it's best for you to relax. Take your mind off trading, you know? Take your foot off the pedal to slow down before you take the right turn to profitability. Yeah, bro. External discipline will always tie back to the charts. If you're lacking external discipline in real life, let's say you're missing your prayers, you're not eating healthy, you're not going to the gym, you're not doing your runs, it will tie back to the charts. You will be lazy with your journaling. You will be lazy with your trading. You will be dishonest with yourself. You will start over trading, oversizing, tilting. You know what I'm saying? It all ties back with external discipline. Make sure you have that down as well. Trust me, Brandon, you will. Try to find that balance this weekend, this week, the end of the year. Just relax, you have time because the markets genuinely are not going to be moving. Like, there is no excuse for you to trade, unless you're addicted to gambling and taking bad trades.
Yo, Adam,
Yo,
what's the difference between like being relaxed outside of the charts and then
Mhm.
being undisciplined outside of the charts?
okay.
Because I feel like sometimes when I'm relaxing, like they were talking about, you just feel like you're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
You know.
When you're like just not working hard enough when you see Salman or Omid start the group call. All right, you see lectures are being posted. Okay, you see a psych video on YouTube that you haven't watched. Let's say, and you were planning to watch it, but you're ignoring it. That's when you notice you are being undisciplined and when you're being lazy. All right, when you're relaxing is when you have done all the things you need to do. Let's say you went to your job, you worked, you went to the gym, you watched a psych lecture, you did some back testing, even though if it's 30 minutes or even 50 minutes, it doesn't matter. And you showed up to group call. That's
So
the
once
difference.
you know you've like done all of your habits,
Yeah.
then you know you're lazy essentially.
Yeah, like if you haven't done your habits, your daily routine, and you're just slouching off in your bed or on the couch, that's you being lazy.
That makes sense. Type shit. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Love. Yeah, bro. Brandon, I'm gonna be honest with you. Take the rest of the week off. All right. Gather your thoughts. If you're gonna show up tomorrow, just literally paper trade it, forward test it, and you should be good. All right. Forward test it. Don't even journal it, and later on in the day, then you can come back and then journal it properly and see how you feel. But until next year, don't buy any accounts. If you blow any accounts this year, or if any of you guys blow any accounts this week, God forbid, don't buy any accounts. Just go paper or just take the rest of the year off and relax. Gather your thoughts. All right. Any wrap it up questions? Because I think we've been, almost an hour. So.
Will next week be more high probable than this week?
Nah, it'll be slow as well since it's gonna be like the
Alright.
beginning of the new year and price is gonna look to set itself up before it starts moving.
All right, bet.
So even if you want to take next week off, you can still take it off, bro, for New Year's as well. Because New Year's, no trading as well. Yeah. So this week, from Wednesday to like Thursday, Friday, yeah, price is gonna be so dead. Yeah. So January 5th, you guys can come back with a clear mind, clear head, look to trade. Yeah. But in between, make sure you're still live trading. Not live trading, forward testing. Okay? Even if you missed out on the market, you had work or family, just show up, go on the charts, and just mark out like what do you see? Like, all right, I see Sibi. How did we react to the Sibi? Okay, we're bearish, so Prez is gonna respect it. Okay, when am I gonna look for shorts? After we displace fast these lows, and then you can like slap on a fake entry and a fake SL. You know, just hindsight it. Love, love, love. And 2026, before 2026 comes, I think the weekend or the days before it, I think it's gonna be on Wednesday. Bet. Yeah, it's gonna be Wednesday. So we're gonna do something, you know, for you guys to set some goals up for New Year's, some milestones to hit for trading and in real life. So you guys are all going to be locked in for 2026. But so that's gonna be all for Monday, December 22nd. Group call. Shout out to these people that show up every day, put in work. You guys will be rewarded by the markets and by God for all your hard work. So stay focused, stay disciplined, and I will see you guys Wednesday or tomorrow.